Well, U.S. home prices may fall again unless the government provides new aid that would enable homeowners to refinance their mortgages. Joining us this morning to speak about the rights and wrongs of the housing market is the former president of Ginnie Mae under both President Bush and also President Obama. He's Joe Murin. Thanks so much for joining us, Joe. And a lot going on in the housing markets. I want to talk to you about these illegal foreclosures in a moment. But with the housing market itself, you say it hasn't hit bottom yet. We've gotten some good data recently about the housing market, but why do you say it hasn't hit bottom yet?
Well, I just think because the economy is still very sluggish. We're seeing an increase in inventory from foreclosures, and new home sales are kind of flat. So I can't imagine why anyone would think that the housing market is moving forward in a progressive manner.
Okay, and who's going to be able to get it moving again? Is it going to be the Fed coming in and doing more quantitative easing? Is that going to get refinancings going?
I don't think so. I think the problem with the housing market today is consumer confidence and high unemployment. As soon as we see the unemployment numbers start to move downward, I think we'll start seeing more consumers willing to get off the curb and move into the housing market again. I think it's just a confidence issue right now.
So it's not about the low rates. It's not about rates going lower.
Rates have been low for a long time, and we're not seeing a positive result from low rates.
Okay, Joe, that's true. Joe, I want to ask you about these illegal foreclosures that we've been reporting about. J.P. Morgan, others saying that they've had to stop foreclosure processes because they discovered that some of the foreclosures that happened over the last 12 or 18 months were actually illegal. That's an incredible story to me. How is that going to impact the housing market?
Well, I think the foreclosures were improperly processed. They did not meet with proper forum when they processed them. But it will have an impact because it's going to delay the inevitable. It's going to delay these units moving into the market, moving into inventory. And that is, we may not see housing price declines this quarter, but I think what we're going to see is housing price declines in the next 2 or 3 quarters out as a result of this inventory delay getting into the marketplace.
But I thought it was the foreclosures coming onto the market, though, that's going to bring the prices down. But what we're talking about here is actually a halting of these foreclosures.
That's exactly right. And what I'm saying to you is, under normal cyclical movement of these foreclosures, they should already be in the market as properties to be resold, because we're going to probably have to go back to square one with these and start processing it again.
Right.
The delays on these will be 6, 12, 18 months.
6 to 12. Wow. Okay. All right. So, okay. Well, given that, Joe, then what about for the banking sector and for the banks themselves who hold these foreclosures? They're going to, they've been wanting to clear them out, as you say. What's going to happen to them? What about the health of the banking system?
Well, any asset that's not earning is not good for the investor or for the owner of the asset. So it's just, again, it's a delay of being able to get that asset sold so that it gets off the books and somewhere, somehow, that asset begins to earn again. So, this whole process is not, this whole delay in the process is not good for the market, but I think it's indicative of a system that's antiquated.
Well, is there any role then for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae in this?
Well, Fannie and Freddie certainly are doing everything they can to ensure that their servicers are servicing their loans properly, and are certainly working with Treasury to help figure out ways to keep homeowners in homes. But, we have an enormous amount of properties on the marketplace, and I just noticed that the 30-day delinquencies are ticking up, which means that delinquencies could be getting worse, which is only going to worsen the issue.
Okay. All right, Joe, good to talk with you about the housing market. Joe Murin.
Nice talking to you.
The former president of Ginnie Mae under President Bush and also President Obama.